LATD Nation, what is good? Once again, as always, we're back in here in the studio with another video. This is RG from the 843.
Yeah, it's your boy Jay. How y'all doing?
Yes, sir. Today we're going to be looking at the details of the new movie, The End of Oak Street.
Directed by David Robert Mitchell. Starring Ewan McGregor
of Star Wars fame.
Anne Hathaway. And that's kind of pretty much the only
That's all you really need to know, to be honest with you. So basically, they star as a husband and a wife who are raising their young children in 1980 suburbia, who mysteriously one day they wake up and they walk out of their house to encounter dinosaurs.
Right. But not because the dinosaurs came there, but they got transferred there.
Yes, sir.
To prehistoric times is what I mean.
And that's pretty much all you need to know about this movie. You know, starting off with the positives of this movie, one thing I can say I like about it is that it has a very whimsical sort of throwback sci-fi feel.
Yeah.
It feels more akin to like something from like, and you know, I saw that a lot of a lot of reviewers kind of compared his work with this to Spielberg, you know, 80s, kind of like his sense of wonder, his sense of adventure. And I definitely see it in here because, not to spoil anything, but the way in which that they end up in this situation is very, very 80s sci-fi-esque and before, because Spielberg himself was inspired by a lot of those old sort of like goofy sci-fi movies and serials from back in the day. You know, sci-fi, I feel now is almost taken a lot more seriously than it was back then, as far as like how it's sort of presented, because now you got movies like Ex Machina that kind of delve into the human condition and the kind of plays with the implications of technology and humanity, and how sort of like what's too far basically when it comes to technology. But sci-fi back in the day was more kind of like goofy, cheesy, sort of like, you know, Plan 9 from outer space type shit. You know, it was more
or Alien.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't say Alien because I feel like Alien was kind of ahead of its time.
Yeah,
that was more sci-fi horror.
Okay. So you just mean like science fiction in general?
Yeah, like sci-fi.
That's because that's what a lot I tailor sci-fi to, a lot of like horror to a degree, but maybe that's just me.
Yeah, no, I feel like this movie is more akin to that kind of, like I said, sort of like goofy, cheesy sci-fi, almost kind of like a Twilight Zone sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think that this movie benefits a lot from that because it's a very sort of nostalgic feeling movie, you know, naturally being set in the 80s and things like that.
Yeah.
And it works to its strength because it doesn't really take itself too serious.
Right. And that's a big reason why I enjoyed this movie too. I really enjoyed the fact that the family really felt like a real family.
Yes,
like,
I agree.
They felt like real, like how a family would react to being transported back 200 million year or 2 million year, whatever.
I think it was like 200 or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. You'll know what I mean. Prehistoric times and just how they would react to dinosaurs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like Anne Hathaway really did carry this movie. Same thing with Ewan McGregor. First of all, I didn't even know that was Ewan McGregor.
Oh, I did. That's one of the main reasons I wanted to see the movie. Ewan, if you know, outside of Obi-Wan, in my opinion, he's one of the more talented actors of his generation, because if you saw Dr. Sleep, amazing performance. That's still one of my favorite movies of the last decade. Very underrated movie, which is the sequel to The Shining, by the way. A sequel that, in my opinion, is actually... And I don't want to say it lives up to the original, because I mean, The Shining is one of the greatest movies ever made, but it's a worthy successor.
Maybe we should watch that for the.
Matter of fact, yeah, let's do that for sure. I love Dr. Sleep. It needs more love and recognition.
That and The Shining too. But anyway, as I digress. But yeah, no, I didn't know that was Ewan McGregor the whole time I was watching the movie. Yeah. Like, I'm so used to seeing him as Obi-Wan
with the beard and everything.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why like. But I feel like because of that, Ewan McGregor is always being typecast in certain roles. For that reason, he's kind of like a older version of Robert Pattinson to a degree. Like, you've known him as this character for so long, it's kind of hard to see him as anything else. But he was
That's a good point. Yeah.
But he really was great in this movie. And Anne Hathaway, like I said, she also carried this movie. They really had a really close dynamic. You know what I'm saying? A lot of it was a little out of left field. It was very goofy. But
it worked though.
But it worked. Like,
it's definitely goofy now.
I think the main reason why that was is because the movie doesn't try to be anything else. you could look at this and see this as somewhat of a Jurassic Park ripoff, but nah, like it.
I mean, I wouldn't even call it that because I feel like Jurassic Park, you know, the idea of dinosaurs has been around in film for years before that.
Yeah,
That's
right,
just
yeah,
the
yeah.
definitive dinosaur movie to most people, you know.
Yeah. I mean, well, maybe they could probably compare it to Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But because the same survivalist type of energy. Even
yeah.
Even though Jurassic Park was more of a horror movie.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I think this one definitely carries a survival as well because they don't really go through too much horror in this movie at all. They're more like
straight survival, like kind of like it's an adventure movie in my opinion. It has that
exactly.
It has kind of like that, like I said, the old school sense of wonderment and sort of like kind of whimsy that I don't really feel we get a whole lot of in movies nowadays. I feel like movies today are just so serious now. Like they're just so much more kind of, they just are so much more straight faced. Now I feel like back in the day when we were growing up, you know, something like this reminds me of something like a Zathura. That's what it reminds me of. It reminds me something like, you know, a Zathura or
I love that movie.
Like I told you,
Jumanji.
Jumanji, yeah, Journey to the Center, or just kind of like, you know, almost that sort of like lighthearted adventure type of movie that it just has a sense of just like wow, like wonder, discovery. Yeah. You know, I haven't seen a movie like this in theaters in I don't know how long.
Right, and honestly, it was a breath of fresh air to see that.
It really was.
Zathura is a great comparison.
Yeah,
because I really did love that movie when I watched it. Boy, I forgot his name. Who played? I think his name was Walter.
Yeah.
Who played Walter? Who also was in
Josh Hutcherson.
Thank you, Josh Hutcherson. He was an asshole in that movie.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But nah, anyway, this one for sure.
And mind you, Kristen Stewart was in there. I think that was before Twilight. Matter of fact.
Yep, it was before Twilight. Yeah. It was exactly before Twilight because Josh Hutcherson was a kid around that time. Like he was.
Dax Shepard is in there.
Dax Shepard. Yep. Like, but back to this movie though, I really did enjoy the fact that it didn't take itself too seriously and it knew what it was. Mm-hmm. Now, granted, I don't really give this movie like upper echelon feeling, but I still appreciate it for what it is.
Yes,
because it doesn't try to be something it's not.
You know, a little late summer blockbuster sort of adventure movie.
Yeah,
that's what I really appreciate about it because I wish we had more movies like that. You know, I feel like every summer blockbuster now is either a superhero movie or some kind of sequel or remake. We need to bring back more of these sort of like one-off sort of, you know, lighthearted adventure movies, you know, just that spirit of wonder, that spirit of feeling. So just off of that strength and mind you, the performances were good, not even just, of course, Ewan McGregor and Anne Hathaway. Anne Hathaway, you could tell she was having the time of her life with this movie.
Oh yeah,
just her facial expressions and she's always been a great actress. She's always been very good comedically in, you know, in serious roles. And this is no different. Anne Hathaway, you can tell just by like her facial expressions and the way she's reacting to what's going on around her, you can tell she's having fun.
Right.
I've always enjoyed watching Anne Hathaway because she just always seems like she's having a good, like she's genuinely passionate about what she's doing. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Ewan McGregor. Yeah. You could tell he was having a good time. You could tell the kid actors were having, you know, the actors, their kids, Brian and Audrey.
Yeah, played by Christian Convery, who played Brian, and Maisie Stella, who played Audrey. Yeah, I agree.
You could tell that they were just having a good time. You could just tell that they were having fun as actors. And, you know, that's what I like to see. I really like to see when actors are just enjoying their craft. I love seeing that. And
yeah, exactly. Like, this was a good, laid-back, dumb, fun movie.
Oh, it's definitely dumb. Especially, but it's dumb on purpose.
But it's dumb on purpose.
And especially, and you'll see with some of the stuff that they have. Boy, some of this stuff right here. Boy, that thing, like, you know, not to give away spoilers, but towards the end, when they had to jump somewhere, they knew what they were doing. They knew what they were doing.
Bro, one moment that had me dying laughing was when a certain character gets eaten.
Yeah.
Dang, that sounds kind of dark. But Rod, it was your reaction that had me dying. Like, cause you were like, there you go, yeah, fight back, this, that, and the third. Yeah, man, and then just to see this man's face change from a smile to pure like what just happened?
No, for real. I was just like, that just caught me so off guard, for real. That caught me so off guard,
Yeah,
but in the best way. Like, and that's what I'm saying. Like, just shit like that where we can just have fun at the movie theater, man. Like, we just have a good time. I feel like we're not getting as many of them summer blockbuster movies. It's just big, dumb fun, man.
Right, and that's why it's hard for me to really give this movie any flaws like that.
Yeah,
because it kind of takes the flaws and wears it on its sleeve.
Exactly.
Like,
it turns it into armor.
Exactly, because everything that makes this movie good is what makes this movie not the best. Not even, I won't say bad, but not the best. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, can I get into my rating real quick?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, man. So I'm gonna give this movie a solid 7 out of 10.
Same.
Mainly just because, but it's a fun 7 out of 10.
I definitely feel like it has high replay value too, like rewatchability, because the movie doesn't overstay its welcome.
No, it don't.
Another thing.
It's an hour and 39 minutes. This movie to me is kind of reminiscent of Ready Player One from a quality standpoint. Now I love Ready Player One.
Funny enough, Spielberg directed that.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Like, mainly because, I'm a big gamer. Y'all know this. All the Easter eggs and stuff that were in there and all the references. Mm-hmm. That really was what carried the movie a lot for me. But a lot of the characters did too. Like, this is the first time I've ever seen Lena Waithe in anything. And to be honest, probably the last time. Well, no. Lena Waithe, the creator of The Chi.
Yeah. Lena Waithe was in this?
Yeah, she played H.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, she played H. Yeah, she had dreads bitten then. Now her hair is like cut now.
Oh,
cut
okay.
low now. Yeah, she had the backwards hat and everything. Like,
okay.
But yeah, this movie is very reminiscent from a quality and a fun standpoint of Ready Player One because it's just pure dumb stupidity. Just cause though.
Lighthearted, disposable entertainment.
Exactly.
Somebody's gonna walk away loving this movie.
Yeah, and if somebody gives this movie,
that can almost become and like I said, it's sci-fi. Like, it's really like science fiction for real. Because Star Wars is like science fantasy. Like, this is science fiction, like based in certain scientific happenings and things like that. It kind of takes them ideas and kind of exacerbates it,
right,
and makes it kind of like this huge thing that probably could never happen realistically,
right.
But we buy into it because you just want to be entertained,
Exactly. And like you said, this really has a place in this world now, especially in this time, because everything is about something political, something controversial.
Like I said, the human condition.
Exactly. This movie is just a good feel, laid back fun, and it deserves its 84% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I agree with that. I agree with that 100%. I wouldn't mind seeing it again. To be honest with you.
Exactly. Exactly. Like, it's just, like I said, it's a 7, but everything that you can't really say nothing bad about it because it's already.
It knows what it is.
It knows what it is.
It's very self-aware. It's very on the nose. It definitely knows how to be funny when it wants to be. It pokes fun at the absurdity of the situation.
Yeah.
Which is one thing I appreciate. That's one thing I think that newer Jurassic World movies have lacked. Because the movies just take themselves so damn serious, man. I just got tired of Chris Pratt and this. I got tired of that shit.
And treating it like it's a damn superpower. Like, no, that's another thing I'm glad they didn't do. They didn't treat the dinosaur. They treated dinosaurs like animals.
Yeah.
Like, the dinosaurs in here, they would chase after you, but they weren't constantly on they behind the whole time.
Yeah.
And there wasn't no secret superpower. It was to stopping them or anything, the whole hand gesture thing and that. Yeah, that got on my nerves too. That was easily one of the worst movies I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah, not the newer one. The one that came before that. Easily one of the worst movies I've ever seen. It was a newer one? I'm talking about the end of the Chris Pratt trilogy where they brought back all the original actors. Right. That's one of the worst movies I've ever seen.
We did see one. Yeah, that one. Yeah. Terrible. I wasted 2 hours and 30-something minutes of my life.
As much of a film fan as I am, that's one of the very few times I felt like I wasted money and time going to see a movie in theaters.
Because the whole time just boom, boom, to damn Carnotaurs and T-Rexes and everything. But this movie, like I said, I'm glad they keep the animals in there as animals and not super intelligent. You know what I'm saying?
This movie, in my opinion, was better than the majority of the Jurassic World movies. If I'm being real,
I 100% agree. It is not nearly doesn't have the same amount of production as it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think this movie was better.
Exactly. It don't have the same amount of budget, production, time that went into it.
Just a competent movie for real. Just a competently. I would like to see him do more movies like this for real. To be honest with you,
I agree.
That's kind of like that science fiction. Because the funny thing is that in the movie Anne Hathaway, she's an aspiring novelist, and she basically what she does. It reminds me of like this whole movie reminds me of like one of them goofy science fiction novels you could find in the library as a kid back in the day, you know? Yeah. That's what it literally read to me as. Like this seems like something I would have read as a kid in the library. It has a nostalgic feel. So with all that being said, I ain't got too much else to say about it.
Yeah, me neither, man.
I would recommend it.
I do. Most definitely. I would recommend it as well. But I've been Jay.
This has been Rodney.
We are LATD. We got more videos coming soon.
Watch that damn Nirvana vlog.
Please.
Watch that thing, man.
We worked hard on that thing.
Please.
I had secondhand embarrassment from that one clip in there. If you watch the movie, then you know the movie. If you watch the vlog, then you know.
I mean, it is like a movie, you know.
Yeah, like it ain't even that long. Watch it. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
With that being said, God bless y'all, man. Look at the details. Peace.